Okay, so marketing is important because it covers 1/3 of the jobs that are out there. And last year alone, it grew in importance, or it grew in industry 25%. So if you think of 1/3 of this classroom, let's separate it into 3s. There's you 2 rows, you 2, and these 2 rows. So this whole row, if you represent the entire United States, these 2 rows are in marketing. That leaves the doctors, the teachers, and everybody else in this industry over here. But a whole 1/3 of them are involved in marketing. That's huge. And 50 to 60% of revenue from a company actually goes into marketing. You know what that means? So if I buy a Pop-Tart and I spend maybe $1 on a Pop-Tart, 50 cents to 60 cents goes back into marketing the Pop-Tart brand. Which means that they would only pocket about 40 cents for each, to separate between everybody else. Now this raises the standards of living. It makes buying convenient, provides a variety of goods and services. It keeps everything nice and fresh. It increases production and lowers prices, ultimately. Because Pop-Tart, now, this is kind of a swaying effect. They originally lowered their prices, but they also increase their prices once they become popular, because they can. They're a worldwide organization, and so they can afford to charge a little bit more. But what does it do for that other package, the high top brand? I buy it because it's cheap. Yeah, it lowers the price of everybody else because they can't compete with a name brand. So the only way they can do that is to lower the prices. Okay, so without marketing, we're going to see increased production costs, less variety. We're not going to see the variety out there, less competition. The economy will suffer, and we'll see fewer product improvements and developments. What does that mean? How do you improve a product? Yeah. Commercials? Okay. How about, yeah. Sure. So if you're improving your product, if it were the Pop-Tart here, you would buy better ingredients. Because you can't compete with High Top selling it for such a cheap price. So you're going to spend more on materials to make it taste better. So there's always that competition. For, let's say, computers, like Apple computers, they make really good products. Their operating system right now is suffering, but they're always constantly improving. They do that through research and development. Okay, so marketing, the definition, we've got developing, promoting, and distributing. Not so much the developing and distributing, but promoting is huge in marketing. Most of these, that 1/3 of the economy, that 1/3 of the workforce that's in marketing right now, does most of this right here. But developing, can anybody tell me an example of developing? Yeah. Researching it, developing it, releasing it. Then we have the promotion. These guys go out and they build it up, they build up the hype, and then you have the distributing. People ship it to certain locations. So this leads us to the 4 P's. The 4 P's of promotion, or 4 P's of marketing. Promotion is one of them. So you've got product, pricing, promotion, and placing. And all these play a vital role in marketing. So you've got your product. I've got my box over here of Pop-Tarts, but if nobody knows about it, what good is it? And so I promote it, but nobody's going to buy it if it's too expensive, so I've also got to work on the pricing. And then I've also got to make it available to the people. Do I put it in one store or all the stores? Okay, if I can get it in all the stores, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. High Top is only carried at Winco, I think. We already kind of went over this. So the products must be placed, prices must be determined, promoting product is essential, and then the product must be accessible to the customers. Okay, so marketing products. You've got people, places, organizations, ideas. You've got durable goods and non-durable goods. These are the consumables that we were talking about. These are things that you can eat. These are things that you shouldn't eat. I'm not going to say you can, because I've gone to the circus before. I've seen people eat really weird things. And then you've got services. Anybody give me an example of a service? Yeah. The doctor's office, yeah, would be a service. And more along the lines of a contractor, or a plumber. Those are also services that you can pay for. Or paying your utilities, gases and garbage, that type of stuff. Okay, so marketing. We're going to talk about pricing first. Why is it important to make sure you keep it low, but also keep it high? Why is the brand name Pop-Tart here more expensive than this brand? Yeah. It is more popular, and they could afford to charge more. But why else do you think? Yeah.
Because we've seen better ingredients.
Yeah. They've got better ingredients, they're paying more for it, and so they've got to charge more for it. What else do you think? We've got these guys up here. They're the workers. And you've got to pay your workers. So you've got somebody who makes the product, and so you've got to think, well, I'm making a product, I don't have time to make 40 million Pop-Tarts, so I've got to pay somebody else to do it. And along with that comes the benefits, and the insurance, and everything else. And so you've got to anticipate that you're going to be paying workers. And then you've got your utilities. So your operating expenses, your power and utilities. Then you've got the cost of borrowed money. So return on capital. Usually, unless you have a lot of money to begin with, if you're beginning a company, you're not going to have a whole lot of money to exchange. So you need to borrow money. And then you've got to make sure you plan on returning that money over a period of time. Then you've got to anticipate your own salary. How much do you guys want to make if you start a business? Yeah, you want to make a lot. You don't want to be pulling in less than your employees, right? That wouldn't be cool. And then you've got to anticipate money for future expansions or emergencies. I mean, what if you own a bakery and your bakery burns down? What do you do then? You don't have any money to make it up, so you have to start from scratch. That would be no fun. So these are all the things that you have to anticipate in pricing. Then you go into promoting. Check that out. That's one of the first ads right there. It's Coca-Cola, 5 cents for a Coca-Cola. Crazy, huh? What's that? Oh, I know. Yeah, I wish it was that cheap now. In fact, there's some vintage places you can go to where you can get 5-cent Coca-Cola. But this is one of the earliest advertisements. This was in a newspaper in 1919, I think, 1912. Very, very, very old advertisement. There are a couple of ways that you can advertise these things. What kind of advertisements do you guys think of off the top of your head? Yeah. Radio commercials, okay. So things on the radio. Yeah. Blimps. Oh, yeah. I was going to add another picture. I forgot to do it. I'll tell you about it. Yeah. Billboards. What kind of billboards? Like what kind of advertisements do you see on billboards? Gas stations. Gas station, this next exit. What else? Yeah.
TV.
TV, yeah. And what kind of advertisements do you see on TV? Pretty much all of them, yeah. Like, you guys ever watch Cartoon Network? Sometimes. Do you ever see advertisements for toys and things on Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, so these are all different types and forms of marketing, or of promoting. Now, what about the place? Oh, I know, you guys see Facebook up here. Do you guys know any of the other ones? Well, YouTube and Facebook.
Twitter.
Bing, bing, good mom, but I,
Good. Well, this is WordPress.